So here's a video. I have a question, John. What about sin? I know Jesus said to the woman they were going to stone after he saved her that he told her to go and sin no more. What does sin do for us, and do we pay for it after death? I wanted to do this video specifically because I have done a video on sin before, and I've done a video on what it means, and I'll go into that here in a second. But I also, the part I wanted to touch on is do we pay for it after death? But so let me first get the sin part out of the way. Sin is a Greek word basically that means miss the mark. Now, what is missing the mark? What is the mark that they're missing? More importantly, what is the mark that they're missing? They're missing love. They're doing things that are not loving, either to themselves or to others. And so they are missing the mark. But sin is not some horrible thing that we have to suffer from. Sin is not a thing to be afraid of or to think is going to mark our soul in some way, that when we cross over death that we're going to have to pay for all these transgressions that we've had. That's not the way it works. Go and sin no more. Well, first of all, I don't know if I believe this story in the Bible, but because I don't have memory of it, and I don't have solid memories. My memories aren't 100% either. So, but the concept of sin is, in Jeshua's mind was go be more loving of yourself or others, right? So, in her world, she was probably not being loving to herself, and so he told her to, go be more loving, go be more of yourself. And what does sin do to us? Sin is it depends on what your belief is about sin. Your sin is, if you believe it's going to damage you or harm you or hurt you, it's going to damage you or harm you or hurt you, if you believe it. But you don't have to believe it. Your beliefs are choices. You get to choose what to believe. And do we pay for it after death? First of all, death is a physical world construct. There is no death in reality. In this world, we suffer from the shadow of death, the possibility of a death. But life is eternal. Every near-death experience you've ever heard about, they're out of their body. They're not in their body. The body is just a vehicle, and the body is the thing that is impermanent. They themselves go on. And do they suffer? No. What usually happens is they go through this process of being folded back into the oneness, or what near-death experiencers call the life review. They're experiencing their entire life from the emotional standpoint, and they're experiencing how they affected other from their emotional standpoint. So when you cross over, you're going to experience the good and the bad of your life, but it's not a punishment. It's a learning experience. It's a chance for you to step in and learn more about love, because what you're learning is about love from the many facets of love. Sometimes not having it, sometimes having it a lot, sometimes giving it, sometimes not giving it. So you have all these different facets that you learn, and you learn it from your experiences of yourself and from the experiences of others when you are folded back into the oneness of God. But after you've gone through that process, you're back in the oneness of God, and you're in the completely unconditionally loving place. And that completely unconditionally loving place is where you experience you fully. It's a beautiful place to be. And there is no long-term karma. There is none of that. It's just you go there and you experience with the lessons from this life, and then you experience the oneness with God. But as far as sin is concerned, I suggest that you search the word sin on my channel, and you'll find other videos on this topic, because sin just means to miss the mark, and there is nothing in that means you're going to be punished. But the idea when you experience what everybody else has experienced, of the experiences you've given to everybody else, you will have your moment of realizing what you've done and experiencing it from their point of view. So that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. The John of New channel is solely funded by your generous donations and purchases of private readings and merchandise. To help out, go to johnofnew.com or use the donation link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.